Hi, I'm Pastor Kurt, and this is your 5-minute Bible study. Today, we're going to be looking at Luke chapter 12, verses 22 through 34. In this section, Jesus talks about worry. Oh, how we all know about worry, right? Maybe in your life, you're worrying about something right now. Jesus recognizes that people worry. But he also says, what's the point? Why do you worry about food and clothing? Look at the lilies of the field, how God cares for them. Look at the birds of the air, how God cares for them. In this section, Jesus reminds us that God provides for us, which is great, and it's really easy to say and hear, but sometimes it's not so easy to trust. When you're worried about something, you are trying to be in control of a situation that is beyond your control. Sometimes I like to say this. Worry is the devil's way of saying that you're supposed to be in control even though you're not. Faith is God's way of saying, I am in control even though you're not. When you worry, you are thinking that you have to be in control of this situation, which means you think God isn't in control of this situation. Sometimes today we talk about God providing for us, right? Give us this day our daily bread, that whole business. But sometimes we don't really act like we trust God to provide. We think that we have to provide for ourselves. Yes, it's true. God's not going to drop manna from heaven like God once did for the Israelites way back in the wilderness, right? It doesn't work the same way today. But God still provides for you. Think about the simple act of going to the grocery store. All of the food on those shelves, all of those options. Yes, you buy your food, but look at what's available to you. God is at work through all of the people who have made that food available. The farmers, the people in the factories, the truck drivers, the people who work at the grocery store. All of these people God has worked through to provide for you. And God works through you to provide for others. This section about worry follows immediately after the story of the rich fool, which I talked about in the previous video. In that story, we heard about how this guy had this abundant crop, didn't know what to do with it, so he decided to tear down his barns, build bigger ones, and stockpile all of his crops in these bigger barns. Well, the point of having an abundance is not to stockpile it for yourself. It's a gift given to you by God so that you can share it with others. Think of it this way. Maybe you are the answer to somebody else's prayer. Maybe somebody else is worried about something, thinking God's not going to take care of me in this situation. God's not going to help me out, so I have to take care of myself. Well, maybe God can help that person by working through you. Yes, we see plenty of people in need in our world. There are lots of people who do worry about where their next meal is going to come from or where they're going to get their clothes. Simple things like that. And when we hear this passage and we hear, oh, God will provide, it can sound kind of naive or trite or foolish. In real life situations, when somebody's pantry is empty, and then they hear, oh, God will provide, it can seem kind of silly. But what if God provides for them through you. God provides for you through others, like at the grocery store, as I mentioned a moment ago. And God provides for others through you. That's why we don't need to worry, because when we work together and God works through all of us, then we are all here to take care of one another. We are here to look out for each other's needs, not only our own needs. Think about what society would be like if we did that. In a world like that, then nobody would need to worry, because we would all know that God takes care of us. There's your 5-minute Bible study for the day. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.